We're going to take a subscriber email. So this is actually a comment or a few comments off of the last live stream we did about the cold approaching. And we talking about cold approaching is going to get you the hotter girls because you're going out there, you see more hot girls that you can approach, right? And then so someone named Marty Frey, he writes this comment. He says, approaching 1,000 women a week, having an optimized Instagram, using 10 dating apps, faking an awesome life, having millions of friends to have a social status, making six figures, etc. All of that just to get a few average looking chicks at best. No wonder most men don't believe in game. I believe in cold approaching women, but all the other things are a waste of time for most men because women will use it either for attention, money, or status in most cases, not really for lust, let alone falling for us. We are still behaving like dogs by doing all these things I mentioned just for pussy, even though we think we are doing it for ourselves. So then I responded to him and I said, why would you do all that just to get a few average looking chicks who bring nothing to the table? Why not put the work in to get the best looking cooperative chicks who will benefit your life, right? So then he responds and he says, what I meant was that most men will do all these things once and do these things and then end up with an average chick despite putting in all the work, right? So that's part one of the thing I want to talk about. Then he also says, I have a topic request for you. He said, I was reading some PUA articles and stuff on these seduction sites, and they were saying that indirect game trumps direct game because direct game gives attention away for free while indirect game doesn't, since women seek for validation. And he says, I disagree with that, but what's your take on this? All right, so let's first talk about his first thing he was talking about, approaching all these women and doing all this other stuff and going all out just to get a few average looking chicks at best. See, this is I saw another comment sort of like this too earlier today. And what I want you guys to understand is this, is that you decide what happens in your life. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're doing all these things and you're like, well, all I'm getting is average chicks at best, then why the fuck are you hollering at the average chicks? You understand? Why are you accepting the average women? You see what I'm saying? Because think about it this way. There's a bunch of hot women walking around. There's a bunch of cute girls, hot girls walking around doing their thing. A bunch of, good looking women, existing in life. Guess what? Somebody's fucking them. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
They're getting dick somewhere from somewhere. Right. Why can't that be you? You see what I'm saying? So it's like dudes be acting like these women are off limits. Like they it's like, it reminds me, like when a person says, okay, well, damn, this thing is too expensive. I can't afford it. You understand what I'm saying? That's what it sounds like. It's like, okay, well, you feel as if you can't afford it. Why? Because you say, damn, well, I can't afford this thing because it's too expensive. I don't have enough money. I don't have what it takes to get it. You see what I'm saying? And then so what happens is that when you think that way, right, you're not going to ever get the things you want when it comes to dealing with women in this game. You feel what I'm saying? So the problem with a lot of guys is because he's saying, oh, I'm doing all of this just to get a bunch of average chicks at best. But you're accepting the average chicks because the only way you got them was because you talked to them. The only way you got them was because you interacted with them. So that's you doing that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't like, you know what I mean? So my thing is, what they'll say is that, oh, but I tried to get the hot girls. Did you though? You understand what I'm saying? This is what I remember somebody's hit me up one time and he was like, how do I get hotter women? I said, stop talking to the women you think are average to below average and only talk to hot women. Only. You understand what I'm saying? Only hit up hot women. Because now what's going to happen is that your only source of women are going to be the hot women you talk to. So what's going to happen is that a few of those hot women that you talk to are going to want to fuck with you. But see, what a lot of guys do is that they fall into their, comfort zone, into their safety net. Their comfort zone is the 5 and the 6 or whatever you want to call it. You understand what I'm saying? The comfort zone is the average girl. They approach the average girl because they were scared to approach the hot girl. That's really what be going down in a lot of cases.
Right.
A lot of these dudes ain't really going hard, really approaching every hot girl that they see and that they want. They don't be doing that shit. They be seeing a girl, they hesitate. They like, oh, she look like she got a boyfriend. Oh, she wouldn't want to fuck with me. Now I'm not even gonna bother. She look like a bitch. They be doing all this cop and please rationalizations as to why they shouldn't go talk to her. They hesitating. They taking fucking 10 minutes to decide to walk over and talk to a chick. That's what dudes are doing, which is why they're getting the average looking girls. It's not, oh, you like, they act like, yo, they act like, man, I talked to 1,000 bad joints and they just all, no, you wasn't talking to no bad joints. You wasn't talking to no hot girls. You understand what I'm saying? And if you were, it was like 1 out of every fucking 50 girls you was talking to was the hot one because you too scared to really approach the hot ones. Like that's what dudes really got to understand because look, the reason why you got the average girl is because you's fucking with the average girl. It's like, it ain't like nobody putting a gun to your head saying, yo, you can only talk to these girls. And all of these hot girls over here don't want nothing to do with you. Niggas don't know that because they don't fucking go and approach hot girls. I'm just like, all of that shit, it kills me when I hear stuff like that. I'm like, why are you, worried about that? And if you're not doing anything about it. And on top of that, he's saying, okay, the thing I didn't like that he said was faking an awesome life. Nobody's faking an awesome life. He was talking about like the stuff that I guess like Fresh Prince CEO does with the Instagram. He's not faking the life. That's what he's actually doing. He's just recording what he's actually doing. You feel what I'm saying? He just does cool shit. You feel me? So it's not faking the life. It's displaying the life. You see what I'm saying? But and he says, no wonder men don't believe in game because he's like, you do all this and then you get the average girl. See, the problem with that statement is y'all think game is a magic trick. That's why niggas become, well, teach me this thing or say, tell me this thing to say so that she'll like me. What are some things that I can do to get this girl in my class to want to fuck with me? You understand? And then so when the shit don't happen or they're not getting the type of girls they want, they're like, oh, game is bullshit. Because they're looking at game as a magic trick versus understanding game as life, as a lifestyle, as it pertaining to you and who you are, what you're about, and finding women to fit into that. So the thing is, if you're not getting hot women and you're settling for the average girls, that's your fault. That's your fault. Because you're never going to run out of hot women to talk to. There's hot women all over the place.
Right.
But I'm sure dudes ain't doing what it takes to get the hot women. See, and that's the problem. See, a lot of guys, unfortunately, y'all don't have the mentality or the drive or the motivation to do what the fuck it takes to get what you want. Miles, remember years ago when they had that reality show we was trying to try out for? I think it was like Missy Elliott or some shit or whatever. And it was like a reality show. This is when me and Miles was heavy doing the music stuff. And they was looking for like artists and they was going to sign some people or whatever like that, right? And it's like years ago. We must have been in like our early 20s or some shit at this point, right? So they were holding auditions to be on this reality show. So you had to go and line up in front of this building. Right? Me and Miles got there. We thinking we gonna be the first motherfuckers online, right? We get there, and there's a nigga standing at the beginning of the line, right? And he was there a day before we got there. So meaning, let's say the auditions was on Friday. We got there Thursday. The nigga was there Wednesday. You understand what I'm saying? That nigga was online on Wednesday, my nigga. Waiting online for 2 days straight. We got there Thursday night. The nigga was there Wednesday during the day. So that's what I'm talking about. That nigga was willing to do what it takes to get this shit popping. He's like, I'm gonna be the first nigga in here. I'm definitely getting in this motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? And so that's what dudes is not willing to do. They see a hot girl. They look at her. They look at her walk across the street. They look at her, keep walking down the road. They don't say shit. They see a hot girl walking towards them. They looking at her. They look at her. They see her walk past and they don't say shit. They go into the fucking Starbucks. They go get their coffee. They see a hot girl sitting over there drinking her coffee. They just stare at her. They walk out the fucking Starbucks. You understand what I'm saying? That's 3 hot chicks that they ain't do shit. You understand what I'm saying? And then when they finally see one, they're like, okay, let me go and say something to her. They spend like 3 or 4 minutes trying to talk themselves into it. You understand what I'm saying? Then they finally go up to the girl all timid and afraid, and they say some shit, and the girl ain't trying to talk to them. And they're like, oh, you see, you understand? This is what the typical guy does. And he's like, you see, the game doesn't work, guys. You know, it's all about the looks and the money and the status. That's what y'all do. That's what y'all do. Are y'all willing to do what the fuck it takes? I hear dudes, why I gotta approach so many women? Because you got to, nigga. Like, what the fuck? I'm tired of dudes talking about, well, why I gotta approach? Do you want the shit to pop off? Yes or no? If you want the shit to pop off, then you gotta do what you gotta do. Nigga, right now, bro, I'm eating like totally different. I'm going to the gym 6 days a week, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes I don't even want to have to do that shit, but I'm trying to get a certain type of body. You understand what I'm saying? I'm trying to get fit in a certain type of way. So I have to do certain shit. I'm not gonna sit there, well, why I gotta, only eat this amount of calories? Why can't I, eat fucking 2 cheeseburgers and a fucking cheesecake? Why I gotta go to the gym all this time? Why I gotta do cardio? Why, because you got to if you want this result. So if you want hot chicks, start talking to a lot of hot women. And a lot of y'all aren't doing that shit. And then you want to talk about, oh, well, it's the game. No, it's not the game, it's you. You understand what I'm saying? That's it. But Miles, what's your thoughts on that shit, man?
Now, I wanted to say, do me a favor and read what he said again.
Let me read what he said. He said, approaching 1,000 women a week, having an optimized Instagram, using 10 dating apps, faking an awesome life, having millions of friends to have a social status, making 6 figures, and all of that just to get a few average looking chicks at best. No wonder most men don't believe in game.
Okay. Now, here's what I want to say. How do you know that?
Right.
Like, all I'm hearing is conjecture.
Right.
Mm-hmm. All I'm hearing is his theory. All I'm hearing is how he feels about doing all of that.
Right.
Unless he said, hey, Lucario, I made 6 figures. I optimized my thing. I do hot shit. I'm doing everything that he listed.
That I listed, right.
And I'm only getting average women. Then I would say, then we can have a conversation. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
But I know for a fact that you haven't done all that shit you listed, bro. You have not done it.
Right.
And then that's number one. The next thing I want to say is, the reason why I know that he hasn't done it is because he doesn't know that all fucking women are average.
Right. Facts. Facts. Go in, nigga. Go in.
Because if you fuck with women, you would know that basically there's nothing special about any particular female, bro.
Right.
Because if she's like super good looking, trust me, there's another part of her personality that's lacking. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And if she's ugly, usually, she tries to make up for it with being more cooperative or whatever. Right. However you want to look at it. But the point is, if you look at all of that shit, because people, nobody's perfect. Nobody's fucking perfect. Mm-hmm. You understand? So these niggas, that's how I know that. And the reason why I know that he don't know what he's talking about is because he's saying shit like this, talking about, oh, you just gonna get a couple of average women.
Right.
Nigga, all women are average, but you would only know that if you fucked with a lot of women, bro.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Because a lot of these dudes, here's what it is: they put a big mystique on the shit. They put a lot of shit on women. They put a lot of shit on fucking with women. And then they look at us and think that just because we teach game, just because we encourage guys to improve themselves in order to be more sociable with women, that we're putting women on a pedestal.
Right.
But they don't realize that we're trying to empower them to put themselves on a fucking pedestal.
Exactly, right.
Get what I'm saying?
Facts.
Because we tell you every time, fucking with women is not about fucking with women.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Working out ain't about working out, really. Working out is really about developing discipline, developing, delayed gratification, developing good values that help you to reach your goals no matter what it is.
Facts.
That's what it's really about.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Because real quick. Notice, remember the other day when Myron was on the live stream with us, and the guy called in asking about the working out and the fitness and shit, right? And Myron asked the dude like 10 times. He said, "Bro, how long have you been fucking working out?" And the dude was like, "Oh, brother." He said, "How long?" He asked him like 3-4 times, right? The reason why he's asking him, how long have you been working out, is because what we're talking about is about you. You understand what I'm saying? It's not about the fucking working out. It's about you. This is why we keep trying to get back to you guys to let you know that it's about you. It's not about the fucking women. It's not about the working out. It's not about the making money. It's about you. Everything that you're doing is about you. This is what I'm saying, even with this guy with the comment. You feel what I'm saying? So like you said, I was like, are you really doing that? And he's not. You know what I'm saying?
Not. He's just really making up theories. He's making up conjecture. He's guessing. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
He's guessing.
Right.
And the point is like, until you actually put in the work, until you actually do the shit that you're talking about, you really can't say anything. And on top of that, based on your language, I see that you're inexperienced with women.
Right, because even in the second part of his question, he said, "I was reading some articles on another seduction site with multiple PUA writers, and those articles claim that indirect game trumps direct game because direct game gives attention away for free, while indirect game doesn't. Since women seek for validation, I disagree with that. But what's your stance on this? Since when do PUA promote indirect game? Can you address this?" Well, that's the thing. PUA does promote indirect game. Pickup artists promote indirect game. That's what it is. That's what they do. That's the whole thing of the art of the pickup, is to try to do sort of like, techniques and gimmicks and trickery and all that other crazy stuff to try to get the girl to sort of chase you and do all that other goofy shit. You understand what I'm saying? The thing with direct game is just, see, this is the thing. You got to understand, when you talk about indirect game as a whole and direct game as a whole, it's two different things. So when you're doing indirect game, your game as a whole, when you're interacting with the women in general, is you're trying to pretend or you're trying to conceal your intention. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Direct game is showing your intention. You understand? That's basically the simple way to put it. See, the problem with indirect game is that indirect game is, it's weird to even say this, but I sort of look at it this way. Indirect game is a little bit more feminine. You understand what I'm saying? Because women are very indirect. Because,
it's passive.
Right. You understand what I'm saying? Direct game is, look, this is what it is. You down or you not. You feel what I'm saying? And so it what happens is that it sort of prompts the person to make a decision. It prompts them to shit or get off the pot. So it prompts the woman to shit off or get off the pot. When you're being indirect, you're actually giving a woman more leeway to waste your time. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Because now what's going to happen is, because you're sort of acting like, or you're not, you're acting too laid back, acting, trying to pretend like, oh, well, I don't know if I like you. I'm not sure. Let me see, blah, 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 blah. That's just giving a woman more space to get attention. You see what I'm saying? So that's all it is. You feel what I mean? That's all that is, man.
And these guys don't realize you have to have these experiences with women to truly understand all the things that we're saying.
Right.
You understand? And that's just the tough part of it all, because it's like, we can sit here and talk to her blue in the face, but until you decide to apply anything that we're saying into action steps, like, it's not much that's going to change for you, because being that you don't have the experience, your mindset will not. Your mindset, it's hard for your mindset to develop. You understand? Right. Because your mindset is going to be a result of your experience. And without actually going out and doing shit, you're not going to experience anything. You're just going to be sitting there reading articles and coming up with theories on why you on giving yourself excuses on why you're lazy and why you procrastinate to actually, take action steps in order to fuck with women. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Nah, real talk. So guys, listen, we are going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to be talking about, why are guys not succeeding in the game? What's stopping you from being successful with women? And we're going to get deep on this, all right? So you guys are listening to The Bad Boy Show.